Noam Chomsky, the originator of the universal grammar theory, hasn't directly addressed every criticism Steven Pinker has made in this upcoming video, but he has argued against Steven Pinker's assertions. Chomsky has argued that Pinker, and others critical of universal grammar, get hung up on the specifics of the universal grammar. Chomsky has acknowledged that the nature of universal grammar might be more nuanced than originally proposed. He may emphasize that the core idea, a biological predisposition for language acquisition with some core principles, remains valid. Now, off to this clip of Steven Pinker's take on universal grammar, and following some other responses of Noam Chomsky defending.
Now, moving chronologically through your career, let me ask you a big picture question about language. And I come to linguistics very much as an outsider. But Noam Chomsky's idea of a universal grammar, which is somehow built into the structures of the human mind. In its early years, there seemed to be a promise of some very definite accounting of what that structure would be. After a while, it seemed to collapse into this very general idea of recursion, which to me as an economist seems almost tautological. And if I came away from this debate, and then I read people writing in popular science today, language is a number of different capacities brought together, they're independent, and just combined with our ability to divine meaning from others. I mean, could it be the case that Chomsky's hypothesis was simply wrong? 2016, I know your books, but what's your take on that today?
Yeah, it's not easy to pin down what the hypothesis is, partly because Chomsky himself revises his theory every decade or so, kind of on the principle of was it Mao's continuous revolution? Just never let people settle into any kind of a comfortable consensus. So it's a moving target. Also, as you say, it was neither kind of specified in a precise way nor field tested against a say a data set of language variation. Which I think is unfortunate in terms of ordinary kind of scientific practice. Linguistics is an eccentric field in some ways, partly because it was so polarized by a charismatic figure and his opponents that it didn't proceed in the ordinary direction of kind of making the theory more precise, more testable. So with that caveat in mind, I think there is such a thing as, you could call it universal grammar. I think that in the following sense, that the child is biased to analyze the speech that he or she hears in particular ways. It does not simply record sentences verbatim. I mean, that's the memory half of the language system, but the algorithmic or computational or rule-governed half looks for, tries to pull out combinatorial rules from the speech stream, that there are certain kinds of rules and elements that the child is keyed to look for, and that that set of abilities would be what I would call, if I use the term, universal grammar. And there are commonalities across the world's languages that come from the fact that language is created anew every generation by the minds of the children who construct it out of the data that they get from their parents and peers.
Chomsky points to the existence of certain linguistic universals across languages as evidence for universal grammar. These universals are features that appear in most, if not all, languages, despite their geographical and historical separation. A key argument for universal grammar is the poverty of the stimulus. Children learn complex grammatical rules from limited exposure to language. Chomsky argues that universal grammar helps bridge this gap by providing a framework for the child to interpret and organize language input. Well, I hope you liked the video and give the channel a subscribe. If you wish, you can join the channel and become a member, it would be greatly appreciated. Also, if you would check out and subscribe to my other channel, Progressive Movement, link is on the homepage and in the comment section, thank you. Now, take care and bye-bye.